provider that you rent from, you need to tell them at the onset what the weight is. Your best guess. Don't rely on that crane to pick it, because you might be cutting the load loose in midair. Okay, I think it weighs X amount. Okay, crane's rigged up, hooked up, he's good for twice the amount. You cut the ends out, it's a crane. That's not a good thing. That happened to us about 2.5, 3 years ago up in Maryland. The guy gave us a weight of 31,000 pounds. Rigged the crane up, hooked onto it. Crane was good for 41,000, 42,000 pounds. Adequate rigging to pick the load. We hooked up, they cut it loose, crane moved, broke right in half, hit the ground. Nobody hurt, fortunately. I went up there, I took 2 cranes, took 2 load sets, 2 dynamometers to pick this piece up. After I maxed everything out that I had available on site, I got up to 85,000 pounds and still didn't have this piece back off the ground. I said, y'all convinced now that your weight was wrong with what you gave us? Yeah, and we don't know where we went south because our engineering firm calculated weights. If you allow that 6 inches of concrete on the roof with that full 72 feet, what kind of roof? You got to know what you're picking. You got to know your calculations. That's going to make a successful lift. Okay. Boom angle, boom length, radius, weight. Things you need. Take a computer. A lot of new cranes right now, you can't even start the crane up without the computer. But your LMI, your load moment indicator, and your scale, as they will say in the operator's manual, an operational aid only. Okay? Not to be solely relied upon for the safe operation of this crane. Take that load moment indicator, take it out, throw it out. Throw it out. Go back to the basics. Know your load capacity, know what your load weighs, your boom length, and your angle and radius. That's what you need to know for a successful lift. Okay? So don't rely on that computer and that crane to always be the end-all be-all. If they can fluctuate from 2 to 5% one way or the other off the load. And the manufacturer will tell you that as well. Wilmington, North Carolina. What year are we on? This was the guy that was in charge of the lift. Was? Not my fault, I hired him. I wish the volume was here to go on. But essentially what it was, and I got questions because I'm that kind of person. At the onset of this, when it got to the power lines, I saw a load block hanging down. I didn't see a second line of it. Now in this picture you see a second line. At what point did they stop and start changing the components around? At what point did they stop after initially contacting the power line and re-inspect this crane and re-evaluate the situation? Okay? That was a clear indicator they were already in a bad spot right there. He now lost this thing once and hit the power lines. Got lucky nobody was killed. Proceed normal. Where am I going wrong with it? Don't know the full details on it. Unfortunately, no one was hurt, no one was killed in that. But there's a lot of embarrassment, a lot of egg on somebody's face. And it just goes on back to clean up, so forth. All right, an IOS report. Up to 2004. Hopefully on the information I got out there, if y'all went to the labor statistics out there, y'all got their brochures. Up to 2004, events resulting in mobile crane-related occupational injury deaths in the U.S. Okay. Struck by falling or swinging object, in other words, a crane part, or hoisted load. Number of deaths, 209. Contact with electrical current, 173, overhead power lines. Fall from the crane structure cab, 88. Transportation, moving crane site, 76. Caught in moving parts, 73. Other various other things, 19. A total of 719. This is in all types of cranes. Okay? Indoor, outdoor, general industry, construction.
Is that 1 year?
No, it's 1992 to 2004. All right. Of those in construction, 153 of those desks were in construction. 44 in manufacturing, 35 in transportation, 20 in services, 14 wholesale trade, 12 in mining. Yeah, sure, they got their whole other world over there to deal with. Agriculture, forestry, fishing, 6, and other 6, for a total of 290. So 290, 153 were in construction. That's not good for us. How many are in the construction industry? They're in here right now. Everybody else in general industry? Cranes are cranes. They lift stuff, they move stuff. Same rules apply. Indoor cranes, general industry, 1910. But still, crane safety is crane safety. You still have to know how to rig a load, move a load, and work around the load. I kind of got real quick here. We're going to go a little later. I do this program, I did it 2 weeks ago with the Maryland AGC up at our office in Elkridge, Maryland. Typically, when I do this, it takes me 4 hours. They want it expanded. I'm going to do it again up there. They want it expanded by another hour to encompass a little more rigging and load chart interpretation. So I get a little long-winded sometimes about going on some of these slides and different things. Site conditions. I can't see what the pointer is. A little windy. Residential setting, roof trusses, clutter, 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 clutter. Actually, if you get up on it, the site is pretty clear. It's a pretty good site. Pretty clear when you get in, but from this angle, as you can see, a variety of things going on. You got all the hips set up over here. This guy going to do the hook on, flying that up. But you got stuff you got to deal with. You got to see around. People can get behind these. You get behind here. People can hide in cracks and crevices on the job site and jump out at the darndest time when you start picking a load. And sure enough, get in the way. That's why you got to have a good, clean site to work with. Visually, aesthetically pleasing, if you will. But a clean site is a healthy and safe site. Unskilled operators. Y'all can recognize him, Tim the Toolman Taylor, and his sidekick Al. And his wife's nice rebuilt Nomad sitting off to the side. Al was essentially telling him, don't take your foot off the brake. Don't take your foot off the brake. What does he do? He stands up, takes his foot off the brake. What? Boom. Okay, you say, hey, hydraulic cranes don't have brakes. Link Belt in Bucyrus area did make hydraulic truck cranes with foot brakes in them. They were for duty cycle work, primarily steel erection and concrete business. But they did have foot brakes in them. And let me tell you, they can be a pistol to run. I ran a few back in my time coming up. And they're unique, but they can also be aggravating. But yeah, big little treat to them. They did have foot brakes in them. Unskilled operators can lead to accidents as well. Now, you come up and you say, why is this person pulling up this crane? He's got his front outriggers deployed properly, back outriggers deployed fully. Front ones have matting, ribbing, solid foundation under it. Now you look at this back. Can anybody tell me what's really kind of hinky about this back outrigger right here? Yeah, I would tend to go around that and say, okay, it's pumping out around the outrigger pad. What is under it? Now, could possibly have been a fully skilled operator. I'm going to pull up here, I'm going to put my dunnage out on the front, because all I'm going to do is pick over the front. Now, how many times have you seen this? I'm going to set up, I'm going to make this one pick. And after you make that one pick, Johnny comes in with his truck with a welding machine on it, pulls up, hey, Mr. Operator, can you swing around here real quick and just unload this one piece? Sure, no problem. As he swings around, he forgets all about either bad soil, outrigger's not completely out. Next thing you know, you're leading into an accident situation. We'll take the time to put dunnage, ribbing, or something solid underneath the outrigger, Why do it on just one? Why not do it on all four? I mean, you're only talking just a very few minutes in the grand scheme of things to help better everybody, to make this a safe, successful lift. So things like this are triggers. Why is this person taking a shortcut? Ask these questions. Unsafe rigging. Defective rigging on the left, there's a big, long story behind this. Behind this strap on the left, as well as one on the right. The one on the right, we also had an osprey's nest up there. We kind of had to stop operations up this coal yard. But the load kind of got, as it was picked, the rigging people, the entity on the other end didn't quite rig it properly, and they got all the funnel and the strap twisted up on itself. The one on the left came from proper storage, inspection, and use. And if my slide is, the next slide hopefully will be in here. And what it was a straddle crane, a huge straddle crane up at the north end of Woodrow Wilson Bridge. We had a huge RT crane, rough terrain sheriff crane on the barge. Straddle crane went out on his little walk dock, grabbed hold of the crane, had to pick it up, and they brought the barge in backwards. Okay? Barge in, come in forward, could lift that crane up about 6, 8, 12 inches and come on off the barge. By coming in back, we double stacked sea containers on the back of that barge and go up, about 20 feet to clear. Now they got this crane weighs roughly 100,000 pounds, 20 feet up in the air, hanging on straps. These straps, they're continuous polyester round slings. They were about 6 inches, 4 or 6 inches. Got it up, crane come up. Once the straddle crane made the transition off the walk dock up into the ground, we got a little of this going on. Okay? Crane got shaking a little bit, got slipping in the rigging, came off the softeners. Rigging broke, crane hit the ground. Crane hit the crane, by the way, and it was total loss. Find the next picture, I'll show you how these slings have been stolen. There you go. Just so happened, the day I was up there and took these pictures was the day of the accident. It was about 18 degrees that day. Now, white stuff on it, that's snow. Polyester round slings, synthetic slings, they can freeze. When they get wet, they get very, very slick. Okay? Potential for ice crystals to build up in the slings can cause crystallization of the fibers in there, which can lead to a catastrophic failure. I believe that's what led to this, as well as a variety of things. Some of their softeners were just little plastic things you see truck drivers use on the corners of the loads. Those were some of the softeners. They had, there was 2 rubber boots as softeners. They had a variety of stuff on there. Anyway, led to a $400,000 loss in that machine. Their insurance company had to pay. So, need to know how to properly store, use, and inspect your sling. One of my prides, I spent December of 2005, the week before Christmas. I'm surprised I have any fingernails left after this. Contractor came in and sold this job to the owner. You're behind schedule. You're behind on your timeline to have this airplane hangar up. We can build this structure on the ground, and we can come in with 5 cranes and pick it and get it up. Okay? The owner bought it. The steel erector contacted us. Said, I need 5 cranes. Okay, what you pick? 790,000 pounds. Right? Okay, let us go evaluate. One thing led to another. We got engineers involved. We got a lot of people involved. Very critical lift. We ended up using 10 cranes just by virtue of design of this. Had to do a lot of stitch welding on the top to brace it up. This was an intricate operation. 10 cranes. The bare minimum, the cheapest one on there is probably the one on the bottom left, valued at probably about $650,000. The most expensive one on the far right, about $1.8 million. So, one crane, lose one part of this load, you can kiss 10 cranes goodbye for what, $20 million. Insurance is good for maybe 10. But we have to go back and reevaluate the entire situation with this. Have it engineered, have it thought out. We went through a process on this. We did trial lifts on this. We numbered every crane.